different.
Yeah.
But so much the same. The common thread that I've seen traveling, because I've seen in Morocco where most of the people are riding bicycles.
Yeah.
They still have rush hour, traffic jam, all on bicycles. People trying to get to work.
Don't make me fall out this
You know what I'm
chair.
talking
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm just saying. But you know,
Yeah.
the common denominator is every day those people are getting up to go to work,
Yeah.
to buy food and pay rent, to take care of their families,
Right.
and to have a comfortable life. That's what we're doing.
Right.
Right here
Absolutely.
today. We just do
Yeah.
it different. They pray 5 times a day, the whole country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, you know, I've been to, you know, Africa, I've been to Europe,
Yeah.
of course, Canada, and
Yeah.
all over the United States,
Yeah.
Asia,
Wow.
Japan.
What did you learn from going to all those different places that you could take back here? Is there something specific that you may have learned when you were out in Japan, say?
Well, again, the thing that really, one of the most major things that I learned was how much we all, in fact, have in common when we are yet still also different.
Different, yeah.
You know, it's really interesting to see, you know, people of other cultures do the same things that ultimately that we're doing, and that is, as I said earlier, trying to provide for our families and try to stay healthy and try to have productive lives and make sure we feed our children, raise our children to be responsible, contributing adults. That's what everybody's doing all over the world.
Right.
So that made me think what I thought was really a huge place, this globe that we live on, is really small.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what makes it so small, is that, you know, we are really all just trying to survive. All of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of us. So it's just, you know, the Japanese are really technologically advanced. I love being in Japan. I mean, it's like like super high tech.
Right.
But then, you know, I've been to places where you can't drink the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no plumbing. And,
Right.
you know, you just got to go take care of it however the best way you can.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yes.
And
I know
I've
you're
been
talking about.
to
Yeah.
those kinds of places as well, and you know, I've seen some of, you know, I've been like, you know, on the ocean looking at the sunset in the Caribbean, thinking, you know, thank you God,
Yeah.
thank you Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky because I
Right.
get to see this, because I know people that, like when I lived in New York, live on their block, and then their life, their whole life is like a 2 or 3 block radius.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they haven't been out there their whole lives, and they're 40. They haven't.
Right.
I know people that live north of 125th Street in Manhattan and have never been to Times Square, and that's like a 20-minute train ride.
Wow.
Never been. I don't even understand that. But you know, then you travel around the world and you see that, you know, some people are open-minded, some people are closed-minded, some people are just nice, some people are evil. You know, I just recently got a chance to go to Iraq and Kuwait.
Yeah, you were saying that.
And perform for the troops.
Yeah.
And I got to see some firsthand evidence of, you know, how, for example, Saddam Hussein was the kind of man he was, and he was just mean. He was just mean for no reason. It was really something to see. And something to learn about this man who, you know, who was in my mind evil incarnate, and some of the just horrific things that he did to people, even his own family.
Right. Yeah, you were sharing some of that. Talk a little bit about that, because I've never been to Iraq, and so many of us haven't.
Well,
what is
you know,
it like?
I got to go. As I said, I went to perform for the troops.
Yeah.
And that was with myself, Howard Hewitt, and Glenn Jones.
Okay.
And we had a pretty high security clearance, so we were able to go. You know, there was Saddam Hussein had built all these palaces, just above and beyond, super opulent, luxurious palaces, and we even stayed in one that, you know, he lived in. He was really, really an interesting person, but he used to kill people for entertainment.
Wow.
Like if you come into a room and it was too cold, if it was your job to monitor the temperature in that particular part of the house, you're dead. There's no questions asked. You wouldn't even discuss it. Off with your head, and the next person to say, listen, and I want the temperature in this room to be this.
Wow.
And that's your job.
Wow.
And if you don't do it, off with your head. And the next one, he has a house in one of his palaces the archway is over the doorway of one of the palaces. There's an arch of helmets from various armies, U.S. Army helmets from people who he beheaded.
Stop.
So he took their helmets and he used them to decorate one of the entrances of his palace. It's really just sick, insane.
Wow.
But I got to see that, and really the importance of that was that not only to see how mean people could be, but our people over there, our brothers, sons, sisters, mothers, fathers, are over there putting themselves in harm's way so that we can sit down and have this conversation and not worry about being bombed.
Right.
So that we can have the freedoms that we have. It was really humbling, very exciting. We were there when a couple of incoming artillery mines or whatever bombs that they were dropping on the camp while we were there.
Wow.
So we had to hit the deck.
Stop.
It was scary, man. It was kind of,
because it's surreal.
It's surreal, I mean, it's like this is really happening. It's for real.
I know you can't wait back to come back to the States. You was ready to come back.
But it was fun. But I was definitely ready to come back when it was time to come back.
I know that's right. Wow, what a great opportunity of travel.
Yeah.
And with your gift.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I've had the opportunity to travel around the world with the likes of Roberta Flack, who I traveled with Roberta around the world for 6 years.
Yeah.
And, of course, she's a living legend, an icon in the music industry. Working with her was one of the highlights of my career because, that took me into a whole other kind of audience.
Yeah.
A real sophisticated, the highbrow.
Yeah.
Performing for symphonies, performing with 100 pieces, a band behind us in front of a sold-out symphony at the Sydney Opera House, and these really super luxurious places. And
wow, beautiful,
really awesome.
What because you've been in the game so long in the entertainment and R&B, back then, and R&B now, how do you feel about
That's way
R&B?
different. I'm not even sure that I can call what they're calling R&B today R&B. But you know what? Listen, I'm not even really completely comfortable with labels of music because, I like what I like.
Right.
So you might hear me singing, "Oh, it's crying time again. I'm gonna leave you.
Hey, country has a lot
I
of
can
great
see
songs."
that far away look in your eyes." You know what I mean?
Right.
But there's nothing wrong with music.
Right.
Any good R&B song can be redone as a country and western song.
And vice versa.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And, I studied classically.
Oh, did you?
So, I could sing, Pietà, Signore, Signor Pietà.
Wow.
Se a te giunga il mio pregar, non mi puni. Come on, man. That's what I'm supposed to be able to do that because I'm a musician. So because I'm a musician and I made a record that, struck a chord in the urban community, now I'm an R&B singer. I'm a balladeer.
Right.
When, I sing all kinds of music, jazz,
classical,
country and western,
right.
the blues.
Wow.
It's music.
Wow.
So why should I only have to do,
True. Be put in one genre, sure.
Popping bottles of bubs, rolling on dubs.
Right.
Come on, what I'm talking about?
Right.
I don't have a problem with that, but I'm just saying it's music. But one man is not going to change everyone's perception of music. But going back to the question of what I think about R&B music, I don't really think much of it. But there are still a few people out there that are still holding it down. I think Fantasia's one of them.
Yeah.
And there are quite a few others out there that's doing the daggone thing. Still representing.
Yeah, I love Fantasia.
Eric Benet is holding it down for us, and I'm talking about new school. He's still holding it down. I like that.
Yeah. I love Neo. I think it's for his
Neo's holding it down.
Cast.
Yeah, he's kind of like the pop R&B thing. I ain't mad at Neo at all.
But he's a great talent because he's a great singer. He's a great writer.
Yeah, I like Neo. I like him
anybody
a lot. I would definitely, if I had the opportunity to work with him, I would.
Okay. Because that was going to be one of my questions.
Yeah.
Who would you like to work with?
Neil
okay.
was one of those persons.
Yeah.
Fantasia's one of those people.
Okay.
You know, I'm hopefully I'm gonna get an opportunity to work with Brian Michael Cox on this project that I'm working on right now.
Okay.
And you know, at this moment you asked me, and I can't really think of who specifically, but there are a lot of talented people out there that I would love to work with. You know,
okay.
and I'm really kind of chill. Like, I'm really an easy guy.
Yeah.
You know, I take very seriously what I do in the studio, and I don't really play a lot of games when we go in there to work.
Right.
It's about working. It's about getting it done.
Right.
But in terms of, you know, working with someone, I'm pliable.
Yeah.
You know, I like to get information from people. So, you know, I don't really go in with a real big ego. Although when it's time,
sometimes you have to flex.
When you got to turn that thing on.
Yeah.
You got to make it do what it do.
Right.
Yeah, I can do that too. But you know, that takes a lot of energy really to maintain that.
Right.
You know, so it's easier to just be cool and get the work done and be
Right.
about the work and be gracious,
Sure.
be humble,
Yeah.
and be, you know, excited.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean?
And that's the true artist. The humbleness, the being available. You're touchable. You're still relatable.
Absolutely.
And that is awesome. So now we're fast forwarding to now. So I understand you're a spokesperson. Tell us what you're a spokesperson.
I am the spokesman for the National Fibromyalgia Association.
Okay, and what is that?
Fibromyalgia is really what it boils down to is it's a chronic hypersensitivity in the nerves.
Okay.
And so what happens is it's chronic pain. You're in chronic pain. Your nerves are flared up.
Oh, okay.
And it could be localized for some people. It could just be in a particular part of your body. Or in my wife's case, which is why I'm connected to the association, she has fibromyalgia from head to toe, pretty severely. And it could be really debilitating. So, you know, we have decided to lend our voices to shining a light on the cause.
Awesome.
Because a lot of people in our community, first of all, we don't go to the doctor on the regular.
Yeah.
Including myself.
Yeah.
We don't, you know, we just don't.
Right.
And then especially men.
Right, I was going to say especially
Not
men.
only do we not go to the doctor on the regular, but we don't talk either.
Right.
So, you know, I'm trying to really break the cycle of not talking in our community.
Right.
And just kind of like in my show, I talk about things. I say things like, go to the doctor.
Right.
Go get a checkup.
Right.
Because I just think it's important.
It is important.
Because, you know, especially if you're a caregiver and you're taking care of somebody and you never take care of yourself, then how you going to take care of me ultimately?
Right.
And, you know, you crash and I need you and you crash because you won't take care of yourself.
Right.
You have to take care of yourself. So, you know, I just try to use my voice to shine the light on fibromyalgia and the need to make healthy choices in terms of how we eat, how we live.
Right. So is there a website or how can people get involved?
fmaware.org, the Fibromyalgia Association.org. There's a lot of information on the web about it. And if you find yourself, you know, in chronic pain, or if you know someone who's in chronic pain and they haven't figured it out, and you know they've been to the doctor and they run tests and all the tests come back negative, ask the doctor if you could have fibromyalgia, because it could be something real.
Right.
For men, women, children, young, old.
Wow. That's good stuff right there. And then you're also doing a reality show?
Yeah, actually we are doing what's called Married to the Music. It's really not my reality show.
Okay.
It's really about the wives of people who are in the music business. And
right.
Of course, my wife is married to me.
Right.
And so,
wow.
you know, so they're in. And so we shot a scene today, but that's going to be coming very soon. And it's going to be very interesting.
Really? So can we
Very
expect
compelling.
to hear some crazy stuff like, you know, Housewives of Atlanta? Is
Well,
it a little bit more
I don't think it's going to be
subtle?
like, I don't think it's going to be sensational.
Okay.
But there'll be drama just because there's always drama amongst our people.
Absolutely.
You know, so there's always something
Right.
going on. But like in our case, there are a whole bunch of women. So I think it's Soleil.
Okay.
Who is the daughter of Kathy Sledge. She's married to
Oh.
Genuine.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Tamika
Okay.
Raymond, Usher's wife, ex-wife.
Okay.
Cece Peniston is one of the wives.
Who was she married to? Who was
Well,
Cece?
she's now divorced, but she's still married to the music. She's still married to the music, so to speak.
Okay. Okay.
And a few others that I just can't think of at right now. But you know, like in our case with me and my wife, you know, my wife is, you know, she's a spokesman for the National Fibromyalgia Association.
Mhm.
She was in business. She ran her own business before she got sick.
Yeah.
So you know, it's a